How's it going, guys? JP here. Welcome to another weekly horror news video. We got a good bit of news to get to. Nothing super awesome came out this week, but there is a few interesting articles. So first up, we have See No Evil 2. WWE Films has decided to make a sequel to their film. I forget when it even came out, probably like 2006, 7-ish. But anyway, See No Evil 2 is on its way. The interesting part is the Soska sisters are tapped to direct this. They made films like Dead Hooker in a Trunk and American Mary, which is getting decent reviews, and they're going to be working on the sequel to ABCs of Death, directing segments in there. These two girls have been, these sisters have been creating, waves in the horror genre, and I've personally not seen any of their films yet. But I really want to because, like I said, they are creating some waves. So they're directing See No Evil 2. It's pretty crazy because really, I mean, who's been, begging for a See No Evil 2? The first one was okay at best, at least in my opinion. Also, Kane, who starred in the first one, the WWE wrestler, will be reprising his role as the killer bad guy. And this film starts production in the fall. Next up, we have some news on the Crow remake. The director has stated that he wants to do almost a shot-for-shot remake of the original source material, not the original film, but the graphic novel or the comic. He wants to stay really close to it, and he just wants to give the characters a little bit more backstory and, character development and stuff. Next up, we have some news on The Exorcist, the TV series. They finally hired a writer, I guess, and his name is Jeremy Slater. I'm not familiar with his work. I believe I read that he did one of the Fantastic Fours or something, so there's that. How weird is it that they're making all these classic franchises into TV series with Bates Motel and Hannibal? There's talk, the Scream series is happening, and of course there was some talks about a Hellraiser and From Dusk Till Dawn. It's just so bizarre that all these, classic franchises are becoming TV series now. The next bit is about the Carrie remake. A few details on it. Chloe Moretz had an interview where she stated that they were able to do some reshoots after the release date was pushed back. It was originally supposed to open in March, and they pushed it back to October 18th, which is the current release date right now. She said that they were able to shoot a few extra scenes and clean up some stuff, which is, common when a film gets delayed. So the Carrie remake is supposed to be deeper and darker with these extra scenes or whatever. I'm not really looking forward to this film. I remember seeing the trailer when I went and seen the Evil Dead remake, and I just thought it looked average, and almost the whole movie seemed to be in the trailer. But who knows, they could be doing more stuff than just a straight up remake, so I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out sometime down the line, but I'm not really looking forward to it as of right now. Some more news about the Paranormal Activity films. There was a little bit of confusion a few weeks ago about, is Paranormal Activity 5 happening and when is it happening? So I guess now there are going to be 2 Paranormal Activity films in the year 2014. The first one originally was titled OX, the Oxnard Tapes. It was supposed to be some sort of Latino spinoff, but now they're changing the title to Paranormal Activity, the Marked Ones, and that is going to be released January 3rd, 2014. Then there's the official sequel, Paranormal Activity 5, which is going to be released October 24th, 2014. So, Paranormal Activity 5, a successful franchise, they skipped a year, which I find that's probably saying something about maybe them having trouble coming up with somewhere to take this story. So, that's what I would assume the year-long delay is about, but who knows. So, if you're a Paranormal Activity fan, I guess it's bad because you ain't seeing no Paranormal Activity this year, but it's probably kind of good because you'll see 2 next year. Next up, we got a bit of casting news. There's been a new girl casted in Season 2 of The Bates Motel. She's probably going to be some sort of love interest or something. If you're interested in the actress's name or what kind of character she's going to be playing, check out the article below. They talk about it a bit. Bates Motel Season 1 I thought was really cool. I enjoyed it. Huge fan of the Psycho series, obviously, if you know me. And I thought Bates Motel was cool. So I like how it ended also, so looking forward to the second season. Next up, we got a bit more casting news. Sam Rockwell, who I'm not familiar with, but apparently they want him to be the lead in the Poltergeist remake. The Poltergeist remake, of course, is being produced by Sam Raimi. Really not too interested in this one. There's no possible way I see this being better than the original, so right now I just really don't care too much until I see a trailer. Next up, we have a premiere date for American Horror Story Coven, and I believe this is the third season of American Horror Story. It comes out October 9th. The first episode premieres. And this is a show that I still have not seen, but I've heard a lot of good things about it, and it's really making me want to check it out. And I'm probably going to make myself check this out by the third season premiere, because I'm getting really excited for the October month, you know, Halloween season. I'm seeing a lot of these dates are for October, and it's really getting me pumped up. So American Horror Story, I gotta check this out sooner or later. I gotta see what everybody's talking about. Next up, we have some more casting news. There's been a guy named Cass Anvar, who I'm not familiar with at all, but he's been cast in a film called The Vatican Tapes, which I'm also not familiar with. I know absolutely nothing about it. If I had to guess, it sounds like an exorcism film, maybe found footage also. And this film is being produced by Lionsgate. It comes out slated for a 2014 release date. And I'm not really looking forward to it from what I know about it. I really don't dig exorcism films. The Exorcist has done it best, and nothing has even come close to topping that in the exorcism genre. So I just really don't get excited about it. Much like the, Jaws has never really been topped in the shark genre. But I do like the shark genre for the funness of it. So yeah, exorcism films, not really my thing, but I know a lot of people love the exorcism stuff, demon possession stuff. Next up, Warner Brothers is looking to make a film based on a book called Lost Girls, The Unsolved American Mystery, something along those lines. Basically, the story is about, a real-life serial killer who found his victims on Craigslist, women who were working as escorts, and he would kill them, bury their bodies somewhere in, I believe, New York, like Long Island-ish. And yeah, so that, a lot of these real-life crime stories put to film sometimes work. So, this could be alright if they do it right. Next up is some info on The Conjuring 2, which has been put into production. I didn't read the article because I still have not seen the original film, and I really like to go into these things blank and not knowing anything, so fear of spoilers kept me away from reading what's going on with the sequel. But if you're interested in finding out where they're taking the next film, I believe they talk a bit about it in the article, so check that out below. Next up, we have some DVD and Blu-ray announcements. I'm not too familiar with both of these companies, but MVD Entertainment Group and The Lost Empire has partnered up to release a few titles. The first title is Eyes of the Woods. The second film is called Porn Shoot Massacre. The third film is called Unsolved. And the fourth film is called Fear the Forest. Now, I'm not too familiar with any of these films either. I think I did hear of Porn Shoot Massacre. Sounds silly, but I think I definitely heard of that somewhere on YouTube. Next up, Crystal Lake Memories has been delayed a little bit. If you guys don't know, Crystal Lake Memories is the huge 7-hour documentary that's being released on the Friday the 13th films. Anyway, the original release date was like August 26th, 27th, 28th, somewhere around there. It's been pushed back to September 13th, which is a Friday the 13th, which seems about right anyway. So it's not a huge delay, but it is a delay nonetheless. So it's going to be delayed a bit, but who cares really? I mean, I'm really not too worried about it. I'm super stoked about this. It's like 7 hours long. There's like, if you pre-order it from Crystal Lake Memories, which I'll leave a link below, you get a fourth bonus disc, which has like 4 hours of extra interviews and stuff. So definitely pre-order it and get it on Friday the 13th, guys. Definitely support this. It's going to be awesome. Next up, we have The Purge Blu-ray and DVD. It is being released October 8th on Blu-ray DVD combo. There is a featurette for a bonus feature. I didn't see anything besides that, so I'm not sure if they just haven't announced all of it yet or if that's all you get. Next up, the film Super Eruption. Now, this is a film that is going to be released on DVD, and I don't think it has a Blu-ray release. Looks kind of cheesy anyway. August 13th is the release date. You can grab it on DVD. We have a Blu-ray and DVD announcement for World War Z. You can check out World War Z on video on demand and all the streaming service things September 10th, and then the Blu-ray and DVD will be released 1 week later, September 17th. So World War Z is coming out. I thought it looked really bad at first, but I am kind of curious to check this one out, so I'll probably rent it before I commit to purchasing it. Grindhouse Releasing has announced a Blu-ray DVD of a Peter Cushing film called Corruption. This film looks like it's pretty stacked with special features. It comes out October 10th, and from what I've read, this is the first time that it's ever been released in the US, so if you're a Peter Cushing fan or any of that, check out the film. Next up, you can now pre-order Under the Dome on Blu-ray and DVD. I believe that the Blu-ray is like retail $65, so that'll probably drop a good bit by the time it's released. That's very expensive. And then there's a collector's edition that, I will admit looks pretty cool. It's like a little dome, like snow globe looking thing with the DVDs and stuff. That's like $100. So, looks cool, but totally not worth that price. So you can pre-order those on Amazon if you really want to spend some extra cash. Last up for the Blu-ray and DVDs, we have Scream Factory revealing another cover art for one of their upcoming releases. This time it's Crawl Space. Crawl Space comes out December 2013, I believe. For trailers this week, we don't have much. First up, we have one called Zombeavers, which kind of looks like that one Dark Water movie or whatever with the killer crocodile, but instead of a crocodile, it's a zombie beaver thing. Obviously very cheesy, looks kind of silly, not really my thing. And then after that, we have a Roger Corman produced trailer for a film called Hell's Haunted Palace. It looks like some sort of like Asian horror, but it's like super filled with CGI, like CGI blood drips and just CGI everywhere. Definitely not my style once again. And then finally for this week, we have a trailer for, it's like a teaser trailer for the new season of American Horror Story, which I have not watched because I still haven't seen the first 2 seasons. So if you're interested in that, check the articles below. That about wraps up the news this week, guys. But before I go, I want to give a huge shout out to thedevilseyes.com. I'll throw a link in the description. Make sure you check out this website. Give Rabbit and Red Radio a listen to. Absolutely great entertainment there, and I think you guys would really enjoy it. Been listening to them for years, and make sure you check out thedevilseyes.com. And I'll see you guys next week. It's hot as hell in here, so I'm going to get out of here, and peace out.